What's up, people? Today's episode will be dedicated to the talented young artist Doja Cat. This girl has been making a lot of noise in the world of music recently, but it's not like she just appeared suddenly. So where did she come from? What was her musical path? And what was her idea besides music? And what's up with all the recent controversy around her? And why are angry internet users proclaiming that Doja Cat is over? Why did they change their mind about the young artist so drastically? And will recent events ruin her career? So to learn the story of Doja Cat, stay with us till the very end. But first, don't forget about the like and subscription so you don't miss any of our interesting videos about the stars. Under the alias Doja Cat, born in Los Angeles on the 21st of October 1995, and excuse me if I mispronounce, Ameloratna Zandil Dlamini, you must know that her musical career is not a complete accident. This girl was born in an artistic family and definitely had someone to inherit the talent from. Her mother, Deborah Elizabeth Sawyer, is a Jewish-American painter, and her father, Dumisani Dlamini, is a South African actor, composer, and film producer. For example, if you have seen Seraphin, the movie from 1992 with Whoopi Goldberg in the lead role, you may associate with him. So Doja Cat recently met Whoopi herself, who was pleasantly surprised that the singer is the child of her former filmmate. That all sounds perfect, right? But her family situation when she was little wasn't that colorful, and as a child, she changed residence several times. Shortly after her birth, she lived with her single mother in New York State and returned to California only 5 years later. There is not much public information about Doja Cat's relationship with her father. The singer has repeatedly stated that her dad was not present in her childhood and even used the statement that she never met him. However, in one interview, she confessed that he now is excited that her career is going in such a good direction. The man is active on her Instagram and comments on her posts, emphasizing how proud he is of his princess. What does Doja have to say about this? Well, with a smile, she points out that it's a little weird, but what's strange to others is that the father denies what the young artist says. Dumisani Dlamini thinks he has a quite healthy relationship with his daughter. There's something wrong here, and I think that they have a lot of things to fix and explain. But we're leaving that and moving on. So in principle, this young artist has been known for quite a short time, and she debuted with her first album only in 2018. And today, for example, the song Say So is probably known to everyone because it resounds on the radio stations and it's a big hit of TikTok. You even think that she entered the music world with a flourish, but quickly found her place and conquers the charts. But that's how it looks from the outside. If you look at her way up close, you'll notice that it's a lot of work climbing up the ladder and developing interests. Growing up, she listened to different artists. Her favorite musicians were, for example, Gwen Stefani, Busta Rhymes, Erykah Badu, Christina Aguilera, Nicki Minaj, and Drake. And among her greatest inspirations, she mentioned Rihanna, Beyonce, and D'Angelo. Apart from being very active child participating in various sports, she also participated in ballet, tap, jazz, and piano lessons. There was a lot of it, and when she was a bit older, she became interested in breakdancing, and as a result, she joined a competitive group. What's more, she even confessed that she dreamed of becoming a makeup guru on YouTube. Did you know that? She was 14 when she started recording and posting videos on the site, but as she recalls, her mother was worried about her child appearing online at such a young age. That's why she stopped doing it, and so not as to act against her mom's will. For over a week now, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the singer, which we'll be discussing in more detail in a moment, but we mention it now because Miss Dlamini has her peccadillos not from today. With all of this fascination with art and searching for her way, she wasn't at all a polite and humble teenager that we might seem to think. She decided to leave school at the age of 16. So what was she doing? She spent time smoking a green plant of happiness and downloading bits and trying to create her own songs. But success did not come to her immediately. It was a long period of months of trying to put songs on SoundCloud without any major result. Some songs only had a dozen views. Failures meant that the teenager, some of them, quickly took down, which were replaced by new ones. However, all this finally paid off because about a year later, lucky fortune had smiled her way. As a 17-year-old, she signed a contract with RCA Records and she released her debut AP, Purr. You know, from that moment, it can be said that it was already uphill, and the song So High, which was a track previously unnoticed, was even included in one of the episodes of the Empire series. And you might think that it's not a big deal because there are hundreds of productions every year packed with lots of soundtracks. Well, yeah, but considering that until recently the girl could not even reach an audience, and having a piece of her own song in a fairly popular series is already something. From the beginning of her musical activity, she was characteristic, brave with her own style, you know? However, it took several more years before the great career came. Doja Cat slowly but gradually gained more and more attention on SoundCloud. And in 2015, she began working with the OGG label, thanks to which she improved her skills, for example having the opportunity to create with other young artists. But the real breakthrough in her life came in 2018. The debut album of the 23-year-old singer entitled Amala was released. The album achieved moderate success with songs such as Go to Town and Candy. The second single reached the charts in Australia, Canada, and the United States. But the big revolution in her professional affairs was yet to come. Doja showed how skillfully she combines different music genres such as trap, house, rap, R&B mixed with pop sounds. But do you remember what song really started her career? Yes, we mean the song Moo, in which she raps about being a cow. This is rather absurd song with an equally specific music video shot at home, and it became an internet hit. And on YouTube, she generated nearly 80 million views, and at the same time, became an inspiration to many memes and of course, brought Dlamini's notoriety all over the world. What was the creative process of the song with such a sophisticated title? Doja admitted that her goal was actually to create something that had a chance to become a meme, but above all, it was about having fun. And interestingly enough, the song, which became a great acceleration of her career, was created entirely by accident. She was inspired by the outfit she bought for her concerts, and when she couldn't focus on creating, she just said that she would just do a cow song. Soon afterwards, without losing a wave of popularity, she released other songs, Tia and Tamara and Juicy with Tyga. The songs were on the deluxe edition of her debut album along with the hit Moo. A few months later, in November of 2019, her second album was released. Although Hot Pink had several promoting singles, it wasn't until the fifth song, Say So, that it really caught the bigger attention of listeners. Recently, a remix of the song was released on the web in which Nicki Minaj was featured in. Undoubtedly, the first half of 2020 was extremely fruitful for her, and the talented girl has gained even more fans of her music, which brings a lot of slack, innovation sounds, and delicacy. Well, and here at the peak of the greatest popularity, controversy begins to take place around Doja Cat, which exploded less than a week ago, and she herself has seen the power of the internet. First of all, the positive one, and in a moment, faced the most difficult accusations and hailstorms of hundreds of thousands of negative opinions about her. So, what happened? Let's start with the fact that thanks to the support of an experienced friend, the song Say So reached an even larger audience. And the 24-year-old wanted to be on peak of the Billboard Hot 100. And in order to mobilize the fans to activity, she even announced that when it works, she will show them her breasts. Well, of course, such encouragement of course helped, and the singer came to her dream #1 place. However, later on Instagram, she replied amused that people were fooled and were played because her words were just a joke. So we don't have to say that some felt cheated and disappointed, right? But this did not make the internet flood with an avalanche of hashtags Doja Cat is over party. So what? As it turns out, Doja Cat has a hobby that is participating in chat rooms. She mentioned in an interview a year ago, saying that she was even addicted to being in online chat rooms, but did not reveal the details. She confessed that people were crazy and would try to find those places, and that she was not wrong. She didn't have to say anything more. It was enough that she mentioned it for someone to finally notice her. Well, if you're famous, some things just don't fall out anymore, and now Doja Cat knows that perfectly well. But no, it was not about her presence in any chat, but one where the participants ridicule and discriminate against other races, mainly people with colored skin. And so, on May 22nd, screenshots and videos began circulating on Twitter where Doja Cat spends her free time and relaxes while listening to this type of conversation, where she also shows too much in quite bold poses. Of course, People started talking about it, and if that was not enough, the 2015 song again came to light, whose title refers to the phrase offensive wording. And this insult is related to police brutality against black people in America who claim to be innocent. And as you know, this is a very sensitive topic in the United States, especially now. In addition, this scandal was preceded by a very loud incident. There have been riots around the country for about a week regarding protests that arose after the George Floyd death caused by a police officer, and it's hardly possible to find more unfortunate moment for the scandal involving the singer. The reaction of fans and internet users to her actions immediately met with a very negative reception. On the Doja Cat avalanche of hatred it poured out, and the hashtag #DojaIsOver party became one of the most popular in the United States. Of course, Dlamini already on May 25th apologized in an extensive post on Instagram and repeated it later conducted live. She explained that she had been using public chats since childhood to socialize, and she admitted that she should not be in some of these chat room sites, but she had never been involved personally in offensive conversations. However, she apologized for the fact that her actions offended anyone, and she added that she herself has mixed roots because of her South African father, and she's proud of it. Well, what about the song that internet users found? She's explaining behind the scenes of her creations, and she said that the number was based solely on her life experiences, and the insult word that was used was against her many times, and the term was something that she had heard very often in her direction. And so the song was supposed to be an attempt to mock this insult, though as she admitted, it was a failed attempt. Doja Cat points out that she notices a lot of discrimination against other races everywhere, including on Instagram and Twitter. Only in chat rooms there are more of them because the content that appears there is less filtered. Looking really honest, she assured that she was aware of the impact she had on others and that she was taking the whole thing seriously. However, in such situations, repentance and explanation did not convince everyone. And of course, people were divided into two camps, those who criticize her and those who defend her. However, a big image crisis is already a fact. And the only question is, how quickly will people forget about this scandal at all? Do you think this will seriously harm her career? According to Celebrity Net Worth, the young singer has already earned about $4 million. So for us, it's a lot, but not necessarily in the world of show business. The 24-year-old is just at the beginning of her musical path, and with her talent, she can achieve great things on the international stage. And whether recent events have affected her professional affairs, it seems to be too soon to tell. And how do you perceive the whole situation related to this drama? Is the singer's apology appealing to you? Or maybe you understand the public outrage and think that Doja Cat has overdone it. Do you like her at all? And if you do, which song is your favorite? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. And remember to like, share, and become part of our Curious Sips family by subscribing to our channel. And also, don't forget to check out our Instagram account. So until next time.